I'm Jennifer of Celtic Knot Crochet, and today in this video I'm going to give you a few tips on how to make the Colorful Beach Tote. This bag right here is made up of 100% recycled plastic bags and plastic tablecloths. You can see that there are a variety of colors used and one color used here across the bottom. For the bottom of this bag, I used recycled grocery plastic bags. But for the sides of this bag, I used recycled tablecloths. So I wanted to show you how I cut them up so it went quickly and how I used them in the crochet project. So this is a mini version of the plastic tablecloths that are usually used at parties, a long rectangle. And what you'd want to do with the large version is fold it in half lengthwise once and then fold it in half again. It doesn't have to be exact. And then what I did is just fold it up as big or as little as you want in folds. It could be just you fold in half and then half again, or like I'm doing, it's about 4 inches and I just keep folding over like that. And then you'll of course have a much longer piece, but you'll take your scissors and from fold to fold like this, cut down the piece. And you'll have long strips, as you can see. This is on the folded side, so you'll have long strips that are just as wide as you cut across. And then you'll have some places where it's not folded on the edge and you'll just have strips. And I think it works best if you have a double thickness. So for the edges where there's a fold, I keep them folded in half and I crochet with them like this. And then on the other sections, it would be wider than this, but where I have just these long strips like this, I would put them together and I'd work with a double strand. So I'll show you how that looks on the bag. The bottom of the bag is a simple circle where you will find the pattern in the link in the description below. And then I work up the side using a special textured stitch and very colorful recycled plastic. So let me show you how I start working after I've made that bottom circle, how I join the color and start working that special stitch. Here is a small example of the bottom circle of the bottom of the bag. And what I would do is I flipped mine over, so this is the right side, and I turned it over so the wrong side of this bottom circle is facing in the bag. Then I take my colored recycled tablecloth, I started with red, and I put my slip knot on this hook. This is a really nice hook for working with Plarn by Clover, size 10 millimeter. And I'm going to work in the back loops here of every stitch that's along this outside edge. So I yarn over first, then I put my hook in and work just through that back loop like that. Then yarn over, pull through the stitch and through that loop on my hook, just the first one. Now I have 2 loops left on my hook, yarn over and pull through 2. And that's it. And then I would continue working in that back loop just for this first row. So I'll show you how to do that one more time. I have my slip knot on my hook. I have my circle facing with the wrong side up. And here are all those stitches. I can start wherever I want. And normally I would go under these 2 loops right here. But for this first row, I'm going to insert my hook through the center of the stitch so I only pick up that back loop. But first I have to yarn over. So yarn over, put my hook in the back loop, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and through that first loop on my hook, 2 loops left on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And I would continue like that all the way around until I get back to where I started. And when I get back here, I'm going to do a slip stitch right in that first stitch. Here you can see I have several rows completed of the bag, and they all start the same way except for the first row that we just learned how to make. I take my strip, and as you can see, there are 2 strips here of the plastic tablecloth, 2 strips that I'm working with together, and I'm going to create my slip knot that's going to go on my hook. And then I'm going to attach wherever I like. I was staggering where that first stitch was all the way around the bag, so I didn't have it always in the same place. Just looks better. You're going to yarn over and then put your hook in to the first stitch wherever you want. Yarn over, pull through that stitch and through that first loop that's on your hook. And then yarn over, pull through 2. So just like the first row, except now we're working through both loops. Yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and through the first loop on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And by doing this herringbone half double crochet stitch all the way around, you get this nice bumpy texture. Do one more. Yarn over, hook in, pull through stitch, pull through first loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can see by pulling through that first loop, it creates this little bump here, and you'll see that all the way around. So next I'm going to show you what I do when I get to the end of this strip. Because crocheting takes up a good amount of length, you'll have to join probably 4 or 5 lengths for every round, depending on how wide around your bag is. So when I see that I'm getting close to ending, about 6 to 8 inches are left, I stop what I'm doing and I take the end of my new strip and I overlap with the end of the old strip about 1 inch. Then I take a piece of clear tape and tape the center like that, and then I flip it over and do the same in the center of the back, like so. And then as I crochet with it, I see that it kind of folds over on itself and that join is hidden, and you'll see. I continue on as before, and here I'm coming up right on that join, so I'm just a little bit more careful with the plastic. And there we go. The join is hidden. It's just 2 pieces of tape, but because the crochet stitches create their own knot, it keeps the join snug in there. The tape is mainly just to hold it together while I'm crocheting, and then the crocheting will keep it snug in there very nicely. And I found that that's the quickest way. Instead of trying to join all these strips before you start crocheting, just crochet the strips like I showed you. You can even have them sitting inside the bag, and as you go, when you get to the end, have your tape handy and just tape them together as you're working each color around. And you'll have nice results, but you won't have to spend so much time preparing the yarn or the Plarn in the project. And there you have it, the Colorful Beach Tote. I hope you enjoyed making this project. I love how colorful it turned out. It's lightweight but very durable. You can fit a lot inside. Perfect for taking to the beach. If you like this project, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to click to subscribe. Thank you for watching and happy crocheting!